Coming live from the 215, it's your kid Rock and Reese, bringing you another edition of WCC Ring Rockers, the show where the music and wrestling talk never stop. And today it is my favorite day in the month because it is our All Indy show. And matter of fact, right now I know we got a lot of people on the phone lines right now. I want to ask if my man EL.CIBERNETICO, live and direct from Los Angeles, can unmute everybody one at a time so they can briefly introduce themselves. All right. El, can we go down the line and just unmute everybody one by one? I'm going to give them a brief moment to introduce themselves, and then we're going to keep it open the rest of the night.
Go ahead. Caller from the 302.
All right. Hey, go 302. Welcome to Ring Rockers. 302. Hello.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's up, guys?
And that's like the caller. Can you introduce yourself and tell everybody, tell about yourself briefly?
All right, my name's Lucky. I work ring crew for ECWA. We're having a show on June 2nd for Alex's Lemonade Stand fundraiser. Bunch of stuff. I guess we'll talk about it a little later. So I'm glad to be here.
All right. Thanks a lot, Lucky. Next caller.
All the way from a 918.
918.
That would be me, Ecstatic, for part of the UWE.
Right, Static. Thanks a lot, brother. And matter of fact, you also have a card we'll be talking about on June 1st, so we'll get to you. Thanks a lot for calling in. All right, next caller.
Caller from the 404.
Hey, y'all.
404.
Yep, I'm here now. It's Trey Williams. I got a brother, he's John Williams. We are the Washington Bullets. He was here to be in unison. We're representing Progression Pro Wrestling out of Atlanta, Georgia. We're running May 31st. That's this Friday. Famous pub in Atlanta. Come see us.
Right, what's good, Trey? Shout out to everybody down in the ATL one time, because our boy DJ Gator, who he's from there too. So got to shout out everybody down in the ATL. Next caller.
Caller from the 646.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. Would that be my favorite Psycho Siren calling in?
Yes, it would be.
How you doing, Ada?
I'm doing awesome.
Awesome. All right, El, next caller.
Caller from the 804.
God save the Queen.
Oh, Lord. This is old Wade's baby brother calling in. What's up, dog?
I'm doing good. Just got back home from playing a little bit of football and drinking some tea.
Yeah, I bet you are. Good. Hey, El, who else do we have on the line?
I believe this is Mr. Entertainment himself from the 585.
And you are not lying, my brother. What's going on? Yeah. And again, I am not using a calling card.
Don't worry, I don't think Rob's going to the next show, but if he is, Rob, we're sorry. Mr. Entertainment, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing real good, man. I'm just taking it easy. You know, that's the only way to take it.
Yeah, I'm about to say, for those of y'all that have not heard Mr. Entertainment, trust me, y'all are going to be in for a treat for a little while. El, do we have anybody else on?
And last but not least, caller from the 419.
419, how you doing?
It's Victor Lanty giving you guys a call.
All right. Let's do this one by one. All right, so here's how it's going to work, guys. I'm going to call out each card, and then I'm going to go back. So, Trey, I'm going to start with you because Progression Pro Wrestling coming up this Friday night.
Yes.
Famous pub.
Yes.
Yep. And matter of fact, we got a really big card. I just want to tell everybody. For those of y'all that don't know, bell time for the event is 8 o'clock. You could go to Famous Pub, 947 North Druid Hills Road, Northeast in Atlanta, Georgia. Tickets for this event, $10 for adults, $12, $6. That's right.
Yeah. Cool part is with the show, we actually got a pretty stacked little card. We got Sugar Dunkerton coming in for the main event against me and my brother with Chip Day. So DVDs will be out. We'll have everything set for you guys to check us out. We're at ProgressionProWrestling.com. Also with that, you can find us on Twitter at Progression Pro. And if you like the Bullets, we're at Washington Bullets 123 on YouTube and at Bullets_Bullets on your Instagram and Twitter machine. So check us out, man.
Yeah, and by the way, I'd just like to say thanks for paying homage to like one of the now I do gotta ask this. Please tell me y'all is not a fan of the NBA team Bullets, and it was like, oh man, I was like, hold on, we don't like the Wizards, we're gonna keep the Bullets name ourselves.
Okay. So here's how it works. Okay. We moved out here. We're from Northern Virginia area. We lived in D.C., Maryland, like we was little. Mm-hmm. We use the name Washington, so it's like back home, DMV. And we use the Bullets. It's a play off of the speed that we use in the ring. So the Washington Bullets, it just kind of, it just sounded right. We started it in training, and then it is what it is now. They probably change it if we make it anywhere. So it changes.
All right. And actually, just go on for the rest of the card because I know one match you'll be looking to besides your own. I know you'll be looking for the big effing deal in the worst case scenario because everybody trying to be the number one team down in the PPW.
That Progression Pro actually the tag team is stacked. Yeah. The Movement, Najee and Vandal. We have Ethan Case and Eli Evans, the worst case scenario, and we have Jeter and Brian, big effing deal. These guys are.
Yeah, that's the rest of the night.
If
I had another one I give it to you.
Together.
10. All right. Yeah. Speaking of the Movement, they'll also be in action because Nazism go one-on-one against CV Suave. And we got Extreme Loco and Shane Marks in singles action. The Vandal and Casey Kincaid. And, of course, making his debut, the Alabama ambassador Jacoby Boykins, all in action. So this is going to be a pretty loaded card for Friday night.
We actually, some of them are actually kind of playing off of the last show we had on the 26th at Famous Pub. So Nazism and the Vandal actually fought the two opponents individually. And cool part is we're actually going to be available as well June 28th and every Friday through the next whole year. So check us out last Friday of the month.
All right. Right. Thanks, Scott. And as Steve said, make sure you also follow ProgressionProWrestling.com. Check them out on Twitter at Progression Pro. Gentlemen, thanks a lot. Please stay on the line. Please stay on the line because we got some more. I'm going to take it next to I actually got another event coming up for Friday as well. This one for those of us in the Yankee territory. Impact Championship Wrestling heads back on the Boulevard 2013 from the Queensboro Elks Lodge, 8220 in Queens Boulevard, Elmhurst, New York, 11373. Doors are open at 6, bell time's 8. And general admission is $20, front row's 30. Before the show and during intermission, you can have a chance to meet George the Animal Steel and Brutus the Barber Beefcake. You could get photos for $15, and you could get autographs for $15. And on this card, we have for the ICW heavyweight title, the Innovator of Violence, Tommy Dreamer, defending against one half of the tag team champions, the cold-hearted player Danny DeMano. For the hip swivel towel title, Maximus Sex Power will defend against the full-blooded Italian himself, Little Guido. We got Greek God Papadon going one-on-one with the notorious 187 Homicide. The Barrico Beast, Dan Moff, will go one-on-one with the Big Game, Smith James. The Grim Reaper will go one-on-one with the Cuban Crippler, our own Ricky Reyes. Great members of the WCC families. What up, Ricky? Good luck Friday night. Casey Blade will be in singles action against Justin Toxic. In tag team action, Azrael and Bandito Jr. will take on Matt Taven of the Circle of Disrespect and VSK. In more tag action, Brian XL and Anthony Ganjone will take on True Talent. And who will take on the open challenge of the lovely yet deadly Alicia. Check out Impact Championship Wrestling. Follow at ICWZone.com. Next up, I'm going to take this to my boy Lucky.
Hey, how are you guys?
Yeah, doing good. And, of course, we got Raising the Bar 2 from the East Coast Wrestling Association on Saturday, June 1st. Greater Newark Boys and Girls Club in Newark, Delaware. Now, the doors are open at 6. Lucky, we got some great pre-show activity going on there, right?
Yes, we do. We have all kinds of stuff. We have prize raffles for the donations because this is our fundraiser event for Alex's Lemonade Stand. We're giving away all kinds of stuff. Phillies prize packages, all kinds of wrestling stuff. Special appearance by Miss Delaware, Alyssa Murray, and even live music with a great local band, Fade and Fear. Kick ass. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and thank you for mentioning that because there is, and for those who cannot attend, you can actually go on, you could go to Alex's Lemonade /cure, and I believe the number is 110-6, I think it's 669. 669. If not, you can also check on my link. I'll actually post the information tomorrow morning when I get up. But make sure you guys, if you cannot attend Saturday's show, it'll be on my personal wall as well as ECWA wall as well. And we got a loaded show here, Lucky. How about this triple threat?
Before we go on,
yeah, go ahead.
Even if you do miss the show and you still get a chance to donate for the fundraiser, we still have the DVDs that are always available to buy. They've been upgraded a lot more and are really good, so you can still see the show either way.
All right. Let's get into the card. We got a triple threat for the ECWA Unified Heavyweight Championship. Champion VSK will defend against former champion Josh Daniels and Super 8 champion from 2011 Tommaso Ciampa. Yeah. Also, we got the Greek God Papadon going one-on-one with Apollyon. And for the ECWA Tag Team titles, and note, this time it'll be no disqualification as the Blackheart team of Breaker Mariah and the Monster AHTU will defend against the D-Line. In a rematch for the Mid-Atlantic Championship, Ricky the Model Martinez will defend against former ECWA champion, the Heart Killer Chris Wilde. In a four corners match, Kikoa the Flying Hawaiian will team up against Matt Sagan, Napalm Bomb, and Bobby Shields. In the six-man tag team action, Mr. Ooh La La. Yep. Mr. Ooh La La, Kid USA, and the Hitman Tony Stetson will team up against the Boss Mike Tartaglia, Little Mikey, and All Natural Fitness Guru Scott Wright. In the women's action, Jessie K will take on Vita Scott, and in his second to last match with the ECWA, the former Grand Slam champion, Mr. Aiden Chambers, will go one-on-one with Sean Patrick. Remember, that's East Coast Wrestling Association, Raising the Bar 2, Saturday, June 1st, Greater Newark Boys and Girls Club, 1 Positive Place, Newark, Delaware, 19702. All right, next up, I'm going to take it to my boy Ecstatic.
What is up?
It's good. Like I said, you're going to be in action too. United Wrestling Entertainment, Rise of the Champions.
Yeah,
we got a crazy show.
Oh, yeah, this show is going to be off the hook. It's going to be our big main event. It's going to be the Mercenary, Damon Storm, and the KC Wolves versus Tim Rockwell, Anarchy, and Nasty Swag. Now, the key to our main event that we are having is Tim Rockwell is the UWE United States champion, Anarchy is the UWE champion, and Nasty Swag are the tag team champions. And it's going to be a tag team match, elimination style, and the winning team will either retain all three of the championships or all the challengers will be crowned new champions by the end of the night. It's going to be a really crazy match.
Oh, man, and how can you resist this one? Now, how can you resist that one? And it was like, you want to talk about lack of a championship advantage because that goes out of the window because, yes, your team gets eliminated. That's it. Good night. You're no longer champions.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy to see who's going to come out on top. I mean, I've faced all of them on more than one occasion, and they're all crazy good competitors. So that's going to be amazing. We also got two of our top guys in the UWE. Don't know why I call it WWE.
Sure.
And going head-to-head for the first time, got Jonathan Cross versus Rolling Thunder. That's going to be an amazing match. I look forward to watching that. Got American Made.
Yep. Yeah, American Made and Big Smooth going 1-on-1.
Yep. Should be that's going to be huge. Not even just jokingly speaking. Both those guys are pretty big guys, so see if the ring will hold up between the two of them.
I saw. We got Brett Stop going 1-on-1 with Justin Dynamic in singles action.
That's going to be pretty brutal as well. Justin's been saying some pretty crazy things to Brett about his father. His father passed away last year, and that's one of the ways that Brett got into the business, was sort of his tribute to his father. And Justin's been saying some pretty messed up stuff to him. So it's going to be that's going to be a pretty brutal match. Can't wait to see that. Then
then finally, Kid Crazy will take on this awesome guy right here that I'm talking to right now. The one, the only
really?
Ecstatic.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know. I know this is the fun part of the match.
Hello?
Oh, sorry, for everybody just call in, I promise I would get to you in a brief moment. Static, talk to you about your match with Kid Crazy.
Well, this match is just kind of brought to me by my tag team partner, Keith. He's been pretty upset with me because we've had a string of losses. He's been saying that it's my fault, so he wants to put me in the ring with Kid Crazy to see if he still believes if I got what it takes to be a competitor. Personally, I don't agree with Keith. I feel I've been blown my way, but I'm just excited. Honestly, I'm just excited for the match. I've been watching Crazy since he came in, and I've been really excited. I've always been kind of hoping that I would get a match with him or get a chance to team up with him. So I'm looking forward to this match. It should be exciting.
All right. Thanks a lot, Static. And remember, folks, if you're out there, it's Rise of the Champions by UWE. Check them out, Community Building, 908 South College Avenue, Temecula, Oklahoma, 74464. Hey, calls, check these guys out, uwe09.com. All right. All right, so I just want to toss an open question. I know we got a few events here.
Hello?
Oh, got a new caller.
Hi.
Yeah, it's Justin Overstreet.
Yo, the number Justin. How you doing, my friend? Justin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, I gotta say, Saturday night, this was one of the most awesome matches. For those who didn't check it, for Deep Southern Championship Wrestling, AIWF heavyweight title on the line. Yourself, Kyle Matthews, Justin Flash, Salem Center 6. Man, you guys took the house down on that one, bro.
It was definitely a fun match, man. I'll be honest with you. And Kyle Matthews is definitely tougher than he looks. You never should underestimate the small guy.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. It was like, I'll tell you what, you guys definitely weren't underestimating each other in my book, because it was like you didn't care who you were in with. You were just going. All four of you were just going for it. And I had to mention one of the. Oh, sorry, Justin.
Whenever you got a world title at stake, dude. All friends, respect, everything's out the window. It's all out. We're all there for the same prize. So, it's pretty much go out and do whatever you got to do to get to that main prize.
Yeah, and matter of fact, I do want to ask all of our callers to stay on, because I actually got a open question for everybody I want to toss around in a little bit. But Justin, I want to say this, and I actually talked to you about this earlier, and I said I had a compliment for you about this match after I watched it, and it was like, and I'm going to break my own rule here for a minor moment here, but I'm going to say this. I put that match Saturday. I am going to put that into, as far as multi-athlete world title match, I will put that in the ranks of Benoit, Triple H, HBK's triple threats at both WrestleMania and Backlash of it back in 2004, man, because I'll tell you this, I wouldn't mind seeing like any combination of you guys go at it for that title because, like I said, you guys took the house down on that one.
I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of chemistry, and then, the clash of styles, I think, is pretty much what set the tone for it. You had four guys going for totally different styles in the ring. You had a high flyer like Flash. You had a technical guru like Matthews. I'm more on the southern traditional side of wrestling. And then you just had the big monster, Salem Center 6. And, it was like a nice variety of everything that people can enjoy for, whatever type of wrestling you're into.
All right, but let me tell you, I want to just throw this one out here, and I'm going to start with my man, Mr. Entertainment, because I know he's been waiting patiently. First of all, Mr. Entertainment, before I ask you a question, do you have anything? Yeah, you got anything you want to promote real quick, bro?
June 28th, Rochester, New York. ECPW invades Rochester for the first time ever with yours truly. From the movie The Wrestler, Andrew Anderson will be on card. He'll be on deck. The Rocker, Marty Jannetty, who really, really can rock. I've been with the man afterwards in the bar, but myself and my stable, BET, Best Elite Talent. We will be in the house. Little Daddy C, Tommy Suede, also from the movie The Wrestler. So many names, Princess Chrissy Johnson. So many names are going to be on card, but the real party don't start until I walk in the building. That's right.
And, and real quick, here's the question I wanted to ask. And Mr. Entertainment, I want to start with you. Now, I had a little debate because, like, lately I have been running into those type of people that all of us on this line right now can't stand. Hey, y'all know what I'm talking about. Them people who always want to badmouth wrestling, say it's fake, yada, yada, yada. Y'all know those types, right, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. And actually, like, me and a couple of our crew, me and some of our WCC crew were having this dispute last night. And so here's the question. Why is it that professional boxing, and we have known that boxing at times has often had, like, predetermined shit go down. Why is it that people, like, know that, like, boxing matches can sometimes be fixed, yet they call that a real sport, whereas professional wrestling, your outcomes are predetermined, and that's about the only thing, yet the punishment you're taking is real, yet people always just want to assume it's a fake sport.
Well, I get that a lot. Like, I've had people, like, come at me and say, well, a real sport is like football. And I kind of break it down for the people that actually know how to think and use their mind. I'm like, okay, so, and I said, football is not predetermined? They said, no. I said, then why do they practice and run plays over and over and over again? In wrestling, we have to train to learn how to take these bumps. Just like in football, they have to learn these plays. So if a football team ends up beating one team 55-7, it's because they practiced that play to the point where it was automatic for that catch to go or for that run to go. I said, so why is my sport fake and I don't wear pads? That's when they get quiet. That's when they get quiet and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, anybody else? Yeah, this is an open question, everybody.
The way I was taught, my mentor Glacier pretty much just told me, well, whenever somebody asks, hey, is wrestling fake? You always answer their question with a question because, whoever's asking the questions is leading the conversation. So, when they ask you, hey, is wrestling fake? Ask them simply, hey, why do you think wrestling's fake? And then continue on with that. Well, I think it's fake because of this. Well, what makes you think this part's fake in wrestling? Because, you keep asking the questions, they're going to eventually run out of questions to ask until the point where they're like, okay, now what the fuck am I talking about?
I feel you.
And there's classic comment downstairs. She always said, she think my sport's fake. Well, you can't fake gravity.
I'm going to let Ada go. Yeah, Ada, I'm going to let you go next, son.
Okay. I do a simpler thing to answer questions when it comes around. You know, people are like, is it fake? And then I show all the stuff that's wrong with me. I'm like, I can't move my arm past this point, and I have this bump that won't go away, and, I can dislocate my shoulder on a whim, so I don't think it's fake.
Jesus.
Yeah, I got a D4 pinky. That's what I always show them.
And people, like, it's really funny because I freak people out the most with this, even though the shoulder thing is kind of weird, too. I'm like, take a look at my kneecap for a second. It can move. I can move it. So I don't think what I do is fake if I can move my kneecap around like nothing.
Amen.
Yeah. You know what, guys? I'm going to follow what everybody's been saying because I was like, here's one of the most interesting I like everyone with. Like, and oh my God, when I saw this was like, and I actually joked when I first said, this was why I didn't become a wrestler. When I went to ECW in '95, Chris Benoit Sabu 1-on-1. Benoit's going for a teardrop suplex, loses control, and Sabu leans right on his head and like literally breaks his neck in, I believe, 2 places. I was like, guys, you cannot fake a broken neck. I don't care how good of an actor you are. If you literally land on your head and your neck is broken, you cannot fake that type of stuff.
I personally feel that we should all go back and start doing what David Schultz was famous for and start slapping the people around that say wrestling's fake. Like, that's an open-handed slap. That's no fake.
Oh, man, you know what? I'm so glad you brought that up because, like, I remember, like, there's this one. Yeah, and I normally don't cuss on my own show, but I was like, there's this one asshole who was, like, nonstop dropping on this, and I was like, oh, yeah, go up and ask John Strassel, I think his name was the 2020 reporter that Schultz wound up slapping, or go ask old Mr. Munch himself, Richard Belzer, after Hogan choked his ass out, like on national TV. And I was like, go ask if either one of them want to say if wrestling's fake again. I'll bet you neither one of them won't say anything.
Or my favorite, ask Geraldo Rivera when he asked, I think it was Magnum TA, if wrestling was fake, and then Magnum TA slapped the shit out of him. He said that was an open hand.
I think Vader did that too as well. It was Vader and Undertaker in a sit down interview, and the guy kept poking fun at Vader. And I think Vader finally got up in his face until they had to get security up there because Vader pretty much told him he was going to beat the crap out of him.
When he threw the chair at him. Yeah, I remember that incident.
Well, the thing is, in professional wrestling, you're always going to have those fans, who are going to call the sport fake. And, that comes, just with the territory. But I had somebody amazingly sum up wrestling that one match is the equivalent of putting your body through a car accident. And so it's just one of the, I have friends who have back problems. I've had friends, who've broken bones, sprained ankles, gotten concussions, it just, and, it comes with the territory. So really, I used to go up to them and, use the whole approach of, oh, you think it's fake? Just get in the ring, have a match, see for yourself, take a punch. And, you're always just going to have those fans, but it's just one of those things. I eventually just got tired of trying to explain myself to people, and so it's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna start letting my wrestling speak for itself. If people want to call me fake, that's fine. But when my foot is clocking somebody in the face, and my footprint is so beautifully bruised all across their cheekbone, there's really no way to fake that.
That happened with me. My older brother is a preacher, and he kept telling me how much fake wrestling was and all this, and I finally convinced him to come to one of my shows, and he got in the ring before the show, and I pretty much taught him how to properly take a bump, and then he attempts to do it, and he holds his breath like he's about to jump into a swimming pool, and he jumps high in the air and lands on the pivot of his butt, and then bounces his head off the mat and ends up getting whiplash. And he swore to me he'd never get in a wrestling ring again.
I actually had something like that happen. I was this is like when I first started. This is almost like 13 years ago. And I was just training, and I was trained by Zachary Springate. For those of you that don't know what 2CW is, the trainer of 2CW is also my trainer, but way before it was 2CW. And I had this friend of mine who was a high school football player. He just turned 18, just graduated. He wanted to become a wrestler, and he looked at me because I'm a much smaller guy. He's like, I could be a wrestler. That shit they do is easy, man. He's like, I could get up in the ring and do all that, jump across the ring and run and holler. And I'm like, dude, you know I'm training to do this, right? At the time, I'd probably been doing it like 6 months training. And I said, well, I'll tell you what. I'll pay for your first class. I said, I'll pay for your first class. You're claiming it's easy and that, it's everything like that. Within a half hour, he left. Half hour. Training started at 4 o'clock.
Oh, but let me. I want to follow up with even another issue, because this same asshole then goes off to talk about the why the UFC's all that, and I was like, yeah. Do you not remember that since you were Mr. UFC guy, I'm like, yeah. Do you remember your boys Ken Shamrock and Dan Severn, amongst others, has been in professional wrestling after they were done in MMA, and they have literally gone on record as saying, it was like, man, they thought being in UFC and MMA was tough, dude. It's like, wrestling gave them more bumps than being in the cage.
The difference between MMA and wrestling, usually if you're in a match and it's not a job, then you're guaranteed an ass whooping. In mixed martial arts, you're not always guaranteed an ass whooping because it could be a one-punch knockout. So, some people take more abuse than what they're supposed to. And, speaking of MMA, last night there was a picture floating around the internet, which was amazing. It was talking about people think that wrestling's so fake, but the first guy to defeat the undefeated Hoist Gracie was a pro wrestler from New Japan Wrestling.
Amen and thank you.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to bring up that exact same point. If everybody remember the classic Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow match, after that match, Taylor had to literally be carried out of the arena by guys like Reggie White, my uncle, love you, rest in peace, and he had to be carried out by Reggie White, Ken Norton, and a whole bunch of other people. And at the interview, he said, man, y'all think this easy? I'd rather play 100 football games.
Real quick.
And I look at that, and I look at a great wrestling and pro football player like Ernie Ladd. Ernie Ladd said in the off season he would do professional wrestling, and then when football season kicked back up, he'd go back to it. He said if he had it all over to do again, he would have quit football.
Yeah,
some history for you.
Yeah, real quickly, because I know she said she had to take off. Ada, you still on?
Yes.
All right, because I knew you just hit me up, so we got to go. Yeah, you couldn't stay on long. But real quickly, did you have anything you wanted to promote?
Yeah, I have a few shows coming up this month. Not this month, technically June. On Saturday, UWA Elite presents Crossroads, which is taking place in South River, New Jersey. Tickets are available online or by contacting any of the stars. It's happening at the Holy Trinity Church at 90 Leonardine Avenue. $12 in advance, $15 at the door. It's going to feature a lot of cool action. Mike Quest is defending his Ironman championship against an NZO. Also, the heavyweight championship is going to be on the line. There's going to be the Crossroads tournament to determine the new number one contender. The tag titles are on the line. It's going to be a really cool show. Also, UWA is holding their weekly taping the next day on Sunday. then next week, ZWL is holding customs in Lake Hiawatha. You can order matches online through their website, zwlonline.webs.com. Also, I'll be returning to NWA on Fire on the 15th, which is happening in Parsippany, New Jersey at 7 p.m. And on the 29th, I'll be in action at 2 different places on the same day. First is an afternoon show in Paterson, New Jersey with CWA, where I'll be defending the CWA Women's Championship in an open challenge. And then I'll be making my return to ECPW in the ring after 2 years in Shirley, New York on June 29th as well at 7 p.m. So it's a lot of stuff.
Cool, girl.
I will also be at the ECPW show.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yes. Gino Caruso is my dude.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, on the June 29th show, it's going to be me wrestling Nikki Adams, I believe. So.
Nice.
Hey, thanks a lot. And don't forget, and ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let everybody know my next indie show will be June 19th. Will be June 19th. I think that's the date. But yeah, I'll make sure I'll post the event. Everybody, thank you. You are more than invited to go. I do have a question. Would Vic be? Yeah, I was waiting for my boy Vic from Absolute to call in, but I don't know. I know he probably dropped the disconnected. Vic, are you on the line right now? Yes. I guess he would not be right now, but Anyway, I just wanted to continue the conversation real quick because since we got a little more time left, but I also want to follow up with the MMA thing. It's there's also that point of how often do MMA guys fight? Like maybe once, twice a week or something?
I think in the UFC rules or up in the big times that they get one fight every 3 to 4 months. They have to have time to prep for it, and they have to pass a lot of physicals and blood work depending on the the state they're in.
Yeah,
and let's also, if we're talking about the stick, let's not forget how whenever Dana White bought Pride Fighting, how he had to shut it down because he got tired of the Japanese mafia running the show. Pretty much he'd tell these guys to take the fall, or pretty much that's it. They threaten all the guys who wouldn't take the fall. So, but there's another way I guess you can stay with sticks as well.
All right.
Hey, can I butt in for a second? I got something to say about this. All right, go for it. If anyone knows who I am, you know how I like to rage. So all these jackasses who think this sport is fake, I want you to look up somebody who would definitely tell you it's not fake. Anybody remember the name Draws, who's crippled because of the sport, or Stone Cold contract with Tayo because
I've met the man personally.
I mean, I love Draws. Anyone who thinks it's fake, go talk to those 3 guys and they tell you it's not fake. They had to hang it up or stop because of injuries.
Yeah, for those of us listening, he is talking about Darren Drozdov, so don't think he's saying Droz, D-R-O-Z, not Draws, just to clarify.
Yeah, let's also not forget that Alberto Del Rio had a successful MMA career as well.
True. All right, but real quickly, we've got a little less than 10 minutes left in the show. Real quick, anybody have any final thoughts they want to, or final promotions, whatever y'all want to get off your chest real quick?
I got one right quick. I personally recently created a television show it's a reality television show about wrestling that is it's about to go into production pretty soon. I'm actually going to be meeting wrestlers, so if there's anyone that are in the Pittsburgh, PA area or around that surrounding area, please email juniorwhite76@gmail.com. That's JUNIOR76@gmail.com, because the show concept is almost like Extreme Home Makeovers meets professional wrestling. We want to come in and we want to help a Fed that gets 80 to 100 people a show. We want to revamp it and see if we can draw in at least 200, 250. So it's this new concept. It's already signed and licensed and everything like that. And the next, we got to go shoot the trailer right quick, and then we're going to shoot the pilot. So I'm going to be looking for guys to come in and help shoot the trailer, sizzle reel, or concept package, whatever the terms that they use in big production, whatever. So if there's anyone in the Pittsburgh, PA area or around that area, you know, Allentown, and all that, please email me at juniorwhite76@gmail.com, because I'm going to need some workers, and that's going to be local, to come out there and help with this concept. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Mr. Entertainment. All right, anybody else?
Yeah.
You know that with me, my biggest goal right now is to go from being the number one contender for the AIWF World Heavyweight Championship and finally getting a one-on-one match with the champ himself, Kyle Matthews. So, you know, I'm looking into possibly being June 29th at the DSCW Arena again up in Blue Ridge, Georgia, but, you know, still waiting on confirmation for that one. But, you know, just rest assured that until it happens, I'm going to be promoting the piss out of, you know, me finally getting my rematch for the AIWF World Heavyweight title.
All right. Yeah, and that's like, Justin, I also want to say, I also got to give a shout-out to the crew from the lounge. I knew you were on there last night. May I say it's an awesome show. May I say it was an awesome show. And thank you very much to Stevie, our hostess of the show. May I say that, Justin, you do a pretty great interview, man.
I appreciate that, sir. I mean, I'm actually getting better at it, I feel. You know, the first one was feeling kind of weird when I did it for Adam Main Man Carey for the Hype is Here radio show, which you can find on Facebook. But, you know, I think, you know, things change in time through repetition.
All right, and matter of fact, actually, guys, because like I said, we're desperately running out of time. I actually do have like one extra thing. We got to give a shout out to my girl from the ATL, the lovely Miss Devin Nicole. She'll actually be in action this Saturday night for Ring Wars Carolina. Y'all can check her out down at the Lumberton Indoor Flea Market, 612 2nd Street in Lumberton, North Carolina, 28358. At 7:30 bell time. Tickets are $7, and you can check her out. She'll actually be in a match against Shibuki. The winner of that one will be the number one contender for the AIWF Women's Championship as well. Devin, if you're listening, happy birthday. Good luck Saturday night, and bring that title home. And one extra event. For those of you with the Real Pro Wrestling Federation, they got a doubleheader. This Friday, they'll be at the Cinder Inn in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and it's the Party with Marty. If you show up, you can have. Make sure you bring your tickets to the hotel, because it's $10 with the ticket, $20 without. You could get a 4x6 picture photo op with Marty and a signed 8x10, and then they will also have their Attitude Adjustment event at the Chateau Resort and Conference Center in Tannersville, Pennsylvania on Saturday. Doors are open at 5 for a meet and greet. Bell time is 7. And ticket prices for that event are $25 for the VIP front row, $18 for adult general admission, $12 for kids. And those of you 4 under get in for free. And you can see guys like Kevin Nash, Marty Jannetty, Just Incredible, and the Rockin' Rebel. And as special guest ring announcer from the movie Holiday of the Dead, director Mark Berryman. That's Real Pro Wrestling Federation's Attitude Adjustment. They got a big event going out this weekend. Make sure you guys check them out on Facebook as well. And do remember that all of our wrestlers who promote it, remember all of their cards are subject to change. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. And like I said, I will be looking forward to. And actually, I looked up the date. I did look up the date. It is actually June 19th. That will be my next All Indie show. So that'll be in 3 weeks' time. And I'm taking. Yeah, and the reason I'm doing it a week earlier than normal because I'm getting ready for my birthday, and I am definitely not trying to stay on longer than that. So. So you got.
Can I say something real quick? Didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go for it.
Mr. Entertainment's birthday is May 31st. I accept cash, beer, and fat chicks. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Mr. Entertainment.
Thank you.
And then for everybody else, make sure next week it's going to be part 1 of 2 of my King of the Ring special. That's right. Can y'all believe it's been 20 years since the King of the Ring? Well, guess what? Next week I'm gonna have part 1 of the tournament. I will have 8 men that have been a king in the WWE. We're gonna put them all head to head, and then based on your votes, I'm going to make matches until we have an undisputed King of Kings. Sorry, Triple H, for ripping off the logo right there. And don't forget, as always, make sure you guys check out Wrestling Commentary Central. We're on WCC Live page on Facebook. Also, check us out on Twitter at WCC Live. And don't forget all of our shows, Monday, Uncensored, Tuesday, Overload with, of course, Mr. Live and Direct from Los Angeles, El.CIBERNETICO, and Mr. Jones. Wednesday, of course, you got me with the Ring Rockers. And then, of course, coming up next in just a few moments, we got my dude DJ Gator and Sex Battles. Thursday, we got the Recipe with Big Red. And then and the rest of the WCC gang. And then Friday, of course, the WCC main event. Make sure y'all always know the number. It's 760-569-7676, access 200-446#. Look for us on YouTube. You can check out Spawn 200-113 or check out LCDXR420. I am Rockin' Reese, and make sure you keep rocking on with the show where the music and the wrestling talk never stops. WCC Ring Rockers, keep on slamming. I am out of here, and I want to before I sign off, I want to thank my awesome crew at Stadium 5 Points for taking care of me yet again, and most importantly of all, make sure y'all keep supporting your local independent wrestling federations, because let me tell you something, these guys, they go on the road every day trying to make sure that to give you the best. Make sure you go out and support them as well. Catch you later, everybody. Good night.